Hi, this is Sherry Veronica, and I want to talk to you about Akil Daley. I promised you I would, and here is the blog. Akil Daley worked as the peace program big man. He was the boss, okay? And in that capacity, he was supposed to hire change agents, okay? And they were working with at-risk youths and they were trying to make them walk the narrow path, okay? But he hired a lot of criminals, ex-criminals, and people who had matters before the court. And it raised a lot of eyebrows, okay? He was associated with Rossi. He associated with Hakeem, Zoe, Isaiah, Robinson. He's the guy that was picked up. Do you remember Monster Grill Bar robbery when one of the owners was killed? Yeah, these are people that he hired to be part of the peace program. Now, as Akil Daley here, his father is West Hall, and his father was the leader of a gang, CNN, like CNN News here in America. His father's gang was CNN, and it terrorized people in Barbados. He worked out of Fairfield. I don't know if you know where Fairfield is in Barbados, but his gang was out of Fairfield. He terrorized people in Barbados. Okay, so that's the DNA of Akil Daley. His father was a gang leader. He had his father working as a change agent in the peace program. Now, Akil, he has no qualifications. He worked in a bakery. Akil Daley has no qualifications and worked in a bakery before he became this peace program head person. Now, they offered him $7,000. No qualifications, $7,000 a month. He kicked up a storm. He kicked up the dust and said, no, he wants $8,000. And do you know that they allowed him to state his own salary, and they gave him the $8,000 a month? They actually allowed him to get $8,000 a month, okay? But let's continue. Akil took a bunch of at-risk Barbadian kids into the UK where they were detained. The people in the UK had no idea what they were doing there, why they were there, it was a mess. So the High Commission from Barbados in the UK had to straighten it out. He had to call up Gatwick Airport, find out what is happening, and then Akil is telling him, well, we're here to meet with other at-risk youths here in the UK, and it was straightened out. They were able to leave the airport, but when they left the airport, they didn't go to any facilities for these kids to test the waters or to figure out what is working in other nations with the at-risk youth or the at-risk kids. Nothing like that happened. What happened when they left the airport? They went sightseeing and shopping. They went sightseeing and shopping. $100,000 of your money gone. $100,000 of your money is gone. Now, with all these transgressions, how was he able to do that? And that's not the only money he spent recklessly. There's a breakfast that's called Breakfast on My Block, BOMB, Breakfast on My Block. He actually funneled money into that to help that particular. It's like a little fat. It's like, it's part of. He made it part of the program. He funded it as part of the like a government program, okay? So they got money. The Breakfast on My Block people got money from Akil. But here's the kicker. Here's how, because everyone had their eyebrows raised with him being in charge and all the people he hired. But here's the kicker. Who's the kicker? Farley, Kevin Farley, okay? Kevin Farley is hearing about this guy and all the money he's giving away. So Kevin called up Akil and said to him, I have a youth program at sports, and I can use $50,000 to help my sports program. Akil told him, no problem. I got you, no problem. So he told Kevin, I'll give you the money, but you have to give me $5,000 back. Kevin, hungry and wants the money, says, okay, if you give me the $50,000 that I want, I'll give you the 5,000 that you want back. It's called kickback, right? It's kickback. So Akil gave Kevin Farley, he gave him the $50,000, and Kevin gave Akil $500 back. Okay, that was not the deal. The deal was $5,000 back. So Akil started threatening Kevin, calling him up, sending him notes, threatening him. I want the thing. So Kevin went to complained to Mia Motley. Kevin complained to the Attorney General. Kevin complained to Corey Lane. And they said, well, we can't really believe what we're hearing. Do you have proof? So Kevin went in with his phone and showed them all the emails or the text messages or whatever. But the thing about it is, Akil, although he was carrying on and cussing and kicking up a dust, he didn't say, I want my money. He didn't say, I want the $5,000 you were supposed to give me because I gave you 50. He didn't say that. He said, I want the thing. So when they were looking at it, Akil didn't go far enough to be charged with any crime. But they decided they're going to let him go. And guess what? When they decided to let Akil go, Humphrey says, oh, no. Oh, no, I don't know what you guys are doing, but we can use Akil to work in the disabilities unit. Okay? We can use him to work in the disabilities unit. So when the Nation News says that Akil Daley is no longer part of the youth program and he was fired, he wasn't really fired. He was transferred from the peace program to the disabilities unit, wherever that is. Ask him where that is, and ask him why he would have someone like Akil Daley be a part of any program after all of those transgressions, after every mishap, after every mistake, after all the missing funds and the funds that you don't. How do you know if after everything that he's given that he didn't get a kickback? Are they investigating? They don't do investigations in Barbados. They do not do investigations in Barbados. But the kicker was Kevin Farley. Kevin Farley is the one who complained and got this in the news, because instead of giving back Akil the 5,000, he only gave the guy back 500, and then went and complained to the AG, Mia Motley, and complained to Corey Lane, like Corey Lane is going to do something. But you can't ask Coco anymore. Coco's no longer with us. But Coco gave you a whole long interview about Corey, and Corey will defend hiring criminals, because Corey should not even be a member of parliament. He should not even be a member of parliament, but he is. And he's always talking about how perfect things are. So he hires these people he hires Akil Daley. He has no qualifications, and he was able to negotiate how much he was going to be paid monthly. And these are the people that he hired to be a part of the peace program, gang leaders and criminals. Okay, I don't know what else to tell you other than it's up to you now, Barbadians. I'm telling you that millions of dollars of your money has been funneled into that program. Okay, you need to watch and see if they're having people who have some morals, people who have gone to school, people who can work better under those particular conditions, having that kind of money in their under their control. You have to watch and see what is happening. But like I said, there was an eyebrow raised on Akil Daley from the get-go, and it took Kevin Farley being threatened by him and taking whatever he had on his phone, which was not enough. It was not enough to have him charged for bribery or whatever. It was not enough to have him charged, but it was enough to bring him before your newspaper. And even after he was brought before your news, he was picked up He was picked up by Humphrey. He was picked up by Humphrey to run a disabilities unit. Okay? So I brought you the news. I brought you what I wanted to bring you. And it's up to you now to decide how your money is spent. It's up to you. It's all up to you how your money is spent. This is Sherry Veronica.